Alright, hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today I'm going to be sitting down and talking about my weight loss journey. I went on my Instagram and I asked you if it was something that you guys were interested in, and I got a lot of votes for yes, and I did get a few questions. So I'm going to jump right into it. So thank you so much for being patient and for just bearing with me. It has been a very busy just life for me, with college and with my job, and just, you know, it has been crazy and I haven't had any time to sit down and just record a video. But I am back and hopefully I can go back to uploading weekly videos. So for today we will be talking about my weight loss journey. Now this was something that is a little hard for me to talk about, just because after I graduated from high school is when my weight problems really took a toll on me. In 2016, when I graduated from high school, I was not the skinniest person, but I don't think I was fat either. I was kind of in between chubby and skinny-ish. I wasn't fat. You know, it was kind of like those days where you're just like, oh my god, I thought I was fat and I wasn't, but now you're fat. My weight in high school always ranged from 115 to 120, but it was never anything above that. After I graduated high school in 2018, is when I found myself depressed, and I was just kind of in a big hole. I mean, I was happy, I was smiling, and obviously it wasn't a side that I was going to show because, you know, nobody really opens up about that, and I think it's something that nobody really ever talks about. You know, I was talking to my mom about it and I was like, Mom, you know, in a Hispanic household you never really can say I'm depressed or I feel suicidal, because a lot of people just dismiss it as you're crazy. Like, don't say that until it becomes an issue or until you're visiting somebody's funeral. But I remember telling my mom, I just feel fat. I mean, I was almost 300 pounds. I was at the verge of getting diabetes. I just felt awful, and I knew that I had to do something to just change my eating habits. It all started at the beginning of 2018, where I completely just stopped caring about my weight. Food was my comfort, and now looking back, that was horrible, and I don't know why I ever did that to myself. There came a point where I was hungry and I would say, well, you know what, I'm already fat, so who cares? A burger isn't gonna hurt me, a soda isn't gonna hurt me. Guys, when I tell you, I had up to 4 sodas in one day, and the only reason my parents wouldn't notice is because I did it out of their sight. I would eat in my room. I would have a stash of just food in my room, and it was just my comfort. It was my happy place, just eating where nobody would watch me. And then in the middle of the night, when my parents would go to bed, I would go to the kitchen and just eat. Until one day, I was just really sick. I remember I had a really bad stomach ache and I couldn't really breathe and I was struggling. This picture right here that I'm going to insert is where I was 289 pounds. So I'm going to insert the picture here so that you can look at it. And after that, I just said, it needs to stop. I really need to get it together. I remember my mom being one of the persons to tell me, mija, like, tienes que cuidarte, te miras mal, you know, you look miserable, you look just unhappy. I would start by walking because obviously I was in no way, shape, or form in condition to run. So I would put a timer on my phone for 25 minutes every day. I would just walk and walk and walk. The first few days were not as bad as like the following weeks, but I pushed myself through. I would walk every day. I remember after the first 2 weeks, I said I'm gonna try to start running. So I would set a timer on my phone for 45 minutes and I would just run. I would run, and then when I felt too tired, like, I would just kind of walk it off a little bit and then just keep running. I went on my phone. I had this app that kind of just calculates where you run, and it tells you how much it is or how much you need to walk or run in order for it to be considered miles or whatever. So I did that, and I really wasn't ready to leave my unhealthy eating habits, because I was like, you know what, if I'm working out, I can eat whatever I want. And that was always like my mentality. If I work out, I can eat what I want. Until somebody, a really good friend of mine, said, you know, you should start by cutting out fast food and just chips or anything that I would really binge at. The hardest thing for me, though, was cutting out soda and cutting out fast food. But I was able to do it, and I remember weighing myself, and that was when I was almost at the 300-pound mark. I started exercising, and within a month I lost 20 pounds. After that month, I just gradually continued to exercise, and then I completely changed my eating habits. I completely cut out junk food. I completely cut out soda. I cut out sugary drinks, and it honestly just felt great. I want to say I worked out for about 6 months straight, because from 289 pounds I went down to 169, and to me that was just amazing. I felt better. Obviously I wasn't skinny, but I could tell the difference, and I will insert pictures. So this right here is when I began working out at 289 pounds, and this was me after 2 months when I lost, I want to say it was about 40 pounds. This was me. I then felt comfortable. I felt like everything was kind of getting where I wanted it to be, but I knew that I still wasn't where I wanted to be. Well, I don't want to say that I went back to my habits, because I didn't, but I did stop working out. I did stop just eating healthier, and it took a toll. I gained weight again. I was back at I want to say 189, 190, and now that I've weighted myself before, it's never been like 200 or above. It's always been 180 to 190. I remember I posted a video on my Snapchat saying, si quieres bajar la panza, this is what you need to take, because it just made you less bloated. The smoothie consisted of celery, carrots, a green apple, and very little orange juice. That one was my favorite one. I could drink it without any problems or hesitations. So that is what I would drink in the mornings, because I would replace it as a breakfast. Now, if I didn't have a smoothie, what I would eat in the mornings was 2 boiled eggs with nothing, like not even salt, just 2 boiled eggs, and I would have like 2 or 3 pieces of broccoli, and that is all I would have. Now, for lunch, I really didn't have anything, because I wasn't really a lunch person, but I did have a snack. I would just have nuts, or like yogurt with oats, or yogurt with like strawberries. Now for dinner, I would have chicken, like grilled chicken, and I would eat it with mashed potatoes or like broccoli. I'm not really a big fan of meat, so I'm a chicken kind of girl. I can eat chicken every day. If I didn't have that, I would replace it with avocado toast. Do not think that because I lost weight like this, it means you're going to lose weight like that. I followed so many girls and just kind of tried to do what they would do, but I noticed that it just really wasn't my thing. It wasn't working for me. So I had to find something that was suitable for my body. So don't feel like you have to copy somebody else, or you have to follow the same plan as somebody else, because it's not going to work. Now, after I lost all that weight, I got kind of cocky, honestly, and I got comfortable to where I was like, I can stop working out. And it was the biggest mistake that I could have ever done, because I can feel myself gaining that weight again. Now, I recently started working out again and dieting. I also started drinking vitamin waters. And this one is the flavor blueberry pomegranate. Now this one is the 0 sugar. I've been drinking this for about a couple days because we just switched. We used to have the regular one, but I switched to the 0 sugar, and this one is absolutely amazing. It literally has nothing in it and just 1% of carb. So not bad. I like it, and they do offer a lot of different flavors, so it's just finding what you like and what you want to drink. I did try the Body Armor, but honestly I did not like it, so I did end up not drinking the rest of these. Now, as of snacks or like granola bars, I found these by Kellogg's, and these are called strawberry pastry crisps, and honestly they taste like Pop-Tarts. So if you're big on Pop-Tarts, girl, this is for you. They are small, they look like this. But guys, this is a 10 out of 10. I am usually really picky when it comes to snacks and when it comes to just trying new things, but this one was really good, so I definitely do recommend this one. Now, I am a big fan of Kellogg's anything, so I also did try this protein meal bar, and this one works really good. If you are a person that wakes up just very little bit or con poca hambre, I do recommend these. This one is chocolate caramel. It is a protein bar, so you can have this as breakfast with like water or with like a protein shake, because this, when I tell you that this works, it works. I want to hop into some of the questions that I did get. What was the most difficult part of your weight loss journey? The most difficult part for me was getting myself to actually work out. I could go and like walk, and then the next day, like, I would set up alarms on my phone in the mornings. I would run every morning at 7 in the morning, and then I would run around dinner time, so like 6:30. For the longest time, I just felt ugly. I felt big. I felt nasty. And that was just hard for me because I was like, I'm just always gonna look like this. Question number 2. Did you change your diet? I think this question is referring to my recent post that I said I recently did start working out again. I did change my eating habits. So my fiance is big on meal prepping. I don't want to say it's bad, but it's not my favorite thing to do. But it has worked. Quick story time. When I used to live at my mom's, she would make some bomb food. And I remember my favorite were enchiladas, tacos dorados, y quesadillas. When she made those, guys, en una sentada de enchiladas me comía around 20. Damn! Like, I am not kidding. I can ask her and record it, and she will tell you straight up that I would eat around 20 enchiladas. But now that like I'm with Alejandro, he's the type of person that he'll eat 2 tacos and he's full, and I'm like, how? Next question. What is your goal weight? My weight goal, I want to say, is 150. So I will definitely let y'all know if I get to the 150s or not, because... Next question. Does your fiance say anything about your weight? No. He's always reminded me that I'm beautiful and that he loves my skin and he loves my body. When I got with him, and it makes me emotional because he's so good to me and he just makes me feel so much better. Not me crying on camera. But he's just so encouraging and so motivating, and honestly, he's always reminding me, like, you're beautiful. Like, who cares what people say? Alright, next question. Do you wear a faja? When I began working out at the beginning, I would wear a faja every day when I would work out, and I did notice a huge difference. I will insert a clip where I was wearing a faja and where I wasn't wearing a faja, just so that you can see the difference. Just because I felt like it tucked everything in and everything was just kind of in place. So I do like this one, but I do recommend you getting a full one instead of just a half one. This is the beginning for me. Again, I definitely do want to say though that if you have anxiety or if you are depressed, you can do it. If I could do it, you can do it. And if I could be a little light and a little bit of inspiration to you by telling you that it is worth it and that you are worth it, believe me so. You just have to find the right groove. You just need to find whatever works for you. But you need to find something that's going to benefit you and something that's going to help you. Do that walk. Take that 20-minute walk. Walk to your mailbox. But start somewhere. And I guarantee you that you are going to feel so much better. So that is all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much once again for your support. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of my life. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so.
That's all, folks.